Hello, lovelies. I just saw a video that I have to tell you about because for some reason I found it incredibly disturbing. And really, at the end of the day, what's interesting is that there are so many atrocities going on in the world, just so many horrible things, and admittedly, beautiful things too. And in the spectrum of things, this was really tame. But at the same time, it kind of really upset me. And it demonstrated a point to me that I will be talking about in the upcoming Magical Egypt Magic series, right? Now, the way that I'd like to frame this is to use the very wise words of Shona Home. And when I interviewed her for the magic show, one of the points that really stuck in my head is that if you want to do magic, then you have to get your mind right. And clearly in this video, the young man hadn't. So imagine this. You're in Disneyland. You've been carrying a ring around in your pocket all day, looking for that perfect place to propose marriage. You're nervous, you're shaking, you're sweating. Your fiance or your soon-to-be fiance has noticed that you're kind of off your game a little bit. But anyway, you see this tiny little pedestal that has the backdrop of the Disney castle behind you, and you finally muster up the courage to do the big proposal. So you walk up those stairs, you bring up the woman, and you pull the ring out of your hand. You take a deep breath. And just in that moment, she sees the ring. She grasps her face. She knows what's going down. But so does the Disney employee. And so at 100 miles an hour, this man with Mickey Mouse ears runs between the two of you, grabs the ring, runs down the stairs, and points to the ground and says, "Do it here." And the guy is like so flabbergasted and so absolutely confused and has no idea. He thinks his ring's been stolen. He has no idea what's going on. And finally, the Disney guy turns around and says, do it here, it's better here. And the proposer is like completely confused, like, how is this possibly better? And it's not. The fact of the matter is that it probably would have taken the guy 2 to 3 minutes to get his words out, 2 to 3 minutes to get the big hug and kiss and the yes from the woman, who was clearly incredibly enthusiastic about it. But no, because that was his job, right? The Disney guy had a job that apparently included don't let anybody up on this little platform. And so without thinking about it, without observing the moment and understanding that this was one of the most important moments in this guy's life and this woman's life, that it was more important for him to run through them, break in the middle, steal the ring, and run down the stairs. If he'd only waited 2 more minutes, it probably would have been over, right? But this is the thing. And there are so many more examples, so many more incredibly horrible examples of people doing the wrong thing because they've been told to do it. People not utilizing their own minds, not utilizing their own thought processes, not making their own decisions, but merely acting like automatons based on the fact that they were told to do this thing. What's really disturbing is that Chance has been talking about this idea of the digital doppelganger, that we are living in this completely fabricated reality that is constructed by the media, by social media, by the news, that has very little to do with actual reality. And as a result of that, we're told what to think, what to do, how to behave. And all of this is becoming even more important with what's going on in the world right now. I mean, let's just talk about lockdowns, right? We're all talking about lockdowns. And there is so much evidence out there about how damaging these lockdowns were to children in schools, to businesses, to people's mental health. The evidence is all there now for anyone to see. Even the news is talking about it. And yet, despite that, there will be a large section of the population, in fact, I'm seeing it already, who are starting to go through the same process that they went through before. And that's not using your mind right. As Shauna says, one of the things that we have to do is get very clear where our ideas, our beliefs, and our thoughts come from. Are they actually coming from us? Or are they coming from somewhere else? And the truth of it is that you can scroll through Facebook and you can see those people who are thinking for themselves. And you can also see those people who are literally just repeating the things that they say in media. And so the sad thing is really quite obvious, right? I mean, you know what I mean. So, my lovelies, think, right? Just think before you do things. I don't know, it's becoming a very rare commodity, isn't it? Well, more soon, lovely.